Like a moth to a flame, it pulls us in. Next thing we know, we're in a now bear's den. Tomorrow, I know it all begins again. But where we're needed, we will go. And I'll roll the dice. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned.
The planes. Thank you for joining us on this epic occasion. I have an incredible cast with us here. We are down a character at the moment. Hopefully, you're caught up on the VOD. If you're not, you're jumping into the deep end here. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that. But we are very glad to have you. However, you find yourself getting here tonight, and I'm going to go around the virtual room here and let everyone introduce themselves and what they have going on, all the exciting things that are happening right now. So let's start closest to me, Jen.
Hello, I am Jen Kretchmer. I am an author, creator, producer, all the things. I play Alyndra. I have a couple of exciting things happening this week. You can find me on Twitter as @DreamWisp. You can find me streaming on Twitch as DreamWispJen. Tomorrow, I am doing a Vampire the Masquerade special on Extra Credits. So twitch.tv/extra credits, and it'll be on YouTube after that. Jasmine Bular, our good friend, is going to be our storyteller, and it's going to be a ton of fun. Thursday, I'm going to be on the Creators Assemble show, which is Creators Assemble on Twitch. That is in the evening. Vampires at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Creators Assemble is at 6 p.m. Pacific. And then Friday, on the front page of Steam, I am on the Dungeons and Dragons panel for Digital Tabletop Fest. So that's at 11 a.m. on Steam. Ooh. It's a lot of stuff this week.
All right, let's go to Hope.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheHopeLaVelle. I am a motion capture performer by day and D&D enthusiast by night and day. And you can listen to me play some D&D on Attackers of Opportunity, wherever you can find podcasts, and also find me here.
All right, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator over at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me at Twitter as OboLauren. Find me there. Watch my stuff.
Everybody is being so brief tonight. All right.
It's like we want to get to the game.
It's like you want to get to the action, and then I'm about to slow us down when it comes to me because I got all kinds of things to talk about. Meagan.
Anticipation. My name is Meagan Kenreck, and you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Meagan Kenreck. And I am also on Todd Kenreck's YouTube channel where we talk about all things D&D. I am a layout and Photoshop enthusiast.
I love that. I'm Adam Bradford. I'm the CDO here at Demiplane. And I also want to, since I knew I was going to have to talk anyway, we're going to call out our sponsors for tonight. We do have incredible virtual tabletop platform that's 3D. I've kicked the tires of this thing. I'm looking for players. So, maybe I should go to demiplane.tailspire.com and find some at some point. But Tailspire by Bouncy Rock. It's on Steam. It is really something. I think that it's starting to get to be the future at this stage with what's going on with Tailspire. So I really love what I'm seeing there. And tonight we are going to do a giveaway where you can get 5 of these keys. So I think it might be in progress. I see people typing Tailspire in chat, so that probably means something significant. But if you win, you get 5 of these keys because you can share those with your entire party, and everyone can try out Tailspire all at one time. So definitely check them out. I think overwhelmingly positive reviews still on Steam. It's really something. give them some attention. And then Sirenscape, because Epic Games need epic sound, we've had a little trouble with that over the last couple of weeks. So I don't know if we're figuring it out tonight or not, but we're going to get that all sorted. And also letting everybody know that next Tuesday morning, so this is going to be 9 a.m. Pacific, Demiplane is going to have our first dev update and community Q&A session. So I used to do some of that in a former life. We're going to kick that back up and kick that off with a veritable bang. We've got a huge announcement that's coming next Tuesday. So definitely encourage you to tune in and see what Demiplane is up to. It's really, really exciting times, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. That's everything for me. At Bad Eye Adam on Twitter. Now I'm going to turn it over to you, Todd. Please, please, please be kind and gentle with us.
Yeah, I'm Todd Kenreck, and I get to Dungeon Master everyone, and I'm very thankful for that. And these are all amazing players, and I guess I just want to get to it. So a little bit of a content warning. We have a great audience. We are dealing with potential character death. We're dealing with monsters that have no stat blocks. We're dealing with powers that are fundamentally wrapped up into the very nature of the D&D multiverse. Some players have made very big decisions in our previous episode. Some have made sacrifices as well. Definitely respect that time and the story that everyone is kind of combining to tell, whether it's happy or sad. I am very fortunate to be playing with such amazing role players and actors. So it was a great time, even though it was a sad time last episode. So so let's just jump in. Previously on Heroes of the Plane, Widdle theorized that you could trap Asmodeus in the god prison that you have had this entire time, teleporting around in the fortress of Storm Herald. This is the same prison that held the goddess Saranthus. Back to the very few beginning episodes of this show. Orkira Ildrex used the Ring of Wishes to wish to know Asmodeus's true name so he could be summoned. That terrible knowledge entered her mind, and she could only pass it to another person. When she wished for it, a trap triggered by Asmodeus caused a sliver of his ruby rod to appear, creating a blast wave that would have destroyed a 1-mile radius, whether it was a town or all of Storm Herald itself. However, Alyndra's mansion, pocketed in a demiplane, helped restrain that blast within that demiplane, only hurting a few of the heroes. Several heroes did fall, but they were brought back up. So Orkira, however, did not. She failed to roll on Wish, and she was scarred for life, can never cast Wish again. And it was decided that Freely should take on the burden of casting Wish to try to summon Asmodeus into the prison. When he did so, again another trap was sprung, and he was teleported into the prison with Asmodeus and screamed at his friends to shut the door, trapping him inside. While Freely spent his time alone with Asmodeus in the prison, Briv asked Widdle to do something very brave, to teleport Storm Herald to Sigil. And at that moment, the Lady of Pain rose up from Sigil and screamed and started floating towards Storm Herald. While Freely fought with Asmodeus in the prison, Freely eventually fell after putting up a fight and then disintegrated. And now we find our heroes, -1, outside the prison door on Storm Herald. What are you doing?
What do we do?
We wait for her to arrive and ask her to fix the situation.
Orkira's sitting on the floor, curled up around herself, crying.
Penelope, as a mammoth, will lean down and kind of curl around her and give her warmth.
Alyndra. Silence has been cast upon you.
we don't know what's happening in there. So,
Yeah.
and Alyndra currently is invisible and hidden.
Okay.
And just, I think, anxiously waiting to see what we do next.
We're just gonna wait for her to come.
Okay. You feel it's almost like waves in the weave of the multiverse itself as you feel the Lady of Pain getting closer and closer to Storm Herald. It's like when you're driving your car over a freeway and you hit those cracks, it just creates this. You feel it in you as she's getting closer. You can feel the Lady of Pain coming closer and closer, and you, Penelope Half-Pint, haven't been touched by the Lady of Pain, feel it acutely, almost burning on your arm. And now you can sense she is above Storm Herald, above all of you.
We have come to seek thine aid. Briv just yells as loud as he can.
I do not look at her.
I look down and I cover my eyes with my goggles.
I'm focusing on Orkira.
Sorry, Todd. Is it open air?
Open air?
Yeah.
The
Are
prison?
we
No.
under anything?
There's
Okay,
a
yeah.
stairway that leads down to the prison.
Right, but we just know she's up there.
Oh, you feel her.
Feel her,
Yeah.
but we can't see her from where we are.
You can't see
Right,
her yet.
yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just making sure. And so, yeah, I just yell that knowing that she should be able to hear me.
Okay. Your voice
Orkira-
echoes up the hall.
Oh, or Orkira's got her head buried in her hands as she's crying and her wings wrapped around herself and doesn't look up, not because of anything about the Lady of Pain, but she is too wrapped up in her own grief. So she doesn't bother to respond.
So this moment, Briv, that you see the shadow, because you've been kind of watching for it, coming down the stairwell of
And
the Lady of Pain.
she just gave me like a punk death before, just like flippant death. And so I definitely do not look at her, but ultimately just say, listen, I know that we were not supposed to bring this captive prisoner that we have to this place, but he was also trying to upset the balance that thou dost hold so dearly. So I ask that thou dost find a way to keep him from succeeding in his plans and simply return our friend to us who is in there with him right now.
Everyone's averting their eyes, correct? And for those at home,
yeah.
if you look upon the Lady of Pain, you essentially explode. If the shadow touches you, it's death. Her touch is typically death.
And then Briv just says, I shall even fall prostrate before thee.
Prostrate.
And prostrate before thee. And,
Prostrate,
and
that's
he
not
goes
in it.
down, he goes down and like lays on the ground and just like puts his hands up. I have never begged for anything in my life, but I am begging for this. Prostrate before thee.
And the Lady of Pain, you're making me weird. The Lady of Pain comes down the stairs and glides past you, and you feel her fury and rage. And you sense, I mean, you're always keeping your eyes a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, like you know this terrible thing is just slightly outside of your peripheral. You feel her in front of the prison door. And the door slowly opens. And she stands there. You can look around her, but do not look at her.
I look for Freely.
Do we hear the door open?
You do.
Penelope, you would see Orkira stops crying and heads up.
Oh, so this is where we are right now. That's unexpected. How are you, dear? It's been a while. You probably don't know this. We know each other. We've known each other a long time. But it's been a while, hasn't it?
Can we get into the prison around the lady, or is it impossible without either looking or touching her?
She's you feel pressure, like she's maintaining a force, and you can feel almost in the weave that Asmodeus is pushing back, and she is pushing back with some type of will to keep him inside.
Freely, where art thou?
You can look around, and Freely is not in the cell.
I would like to use clairvoyance to check on the clone room.
Okay. You cast clairvoyance and you look into the clone room in the Demiplane that you created. The clones are still not finished.
Right.
They are not stirring. Freely's is not stirring.
Where's Freely?
Oh, yeah, this is a bit ago. Time moves differently when you're inside me, and when I'm inside your heart and everything like that. So I almost forgot about Freely. Yeah. Your friend is incredibly brave and rather strong. I'm very impressed. You should be very proud of him, because he, the first 10 years, was very stubborn in this cell. While I tortured him. And it was infuriating. After decade went by, he kept on fighting. And I kept on destroying him. And I kept on putting him back together again and torturing him again and fighting with him. And he would not give me his soul. It was infuriating. It's been a long time. And I don't know if you know this. He is stubborn.
He may be stubborn, but he's more brave than you'll ever be.
Well, that may be. Widdle, but besides the point, eventually I realized he wasn't going to give up his soul. So I devoured it.
Spit it up now.
I don't know that really works like that. He'll
I
always
have
be a part of me.
ways to make thee vomit.
Can I get into the cell?
You can walk around the Lady of Pain. You feel the pressure of some kind of force field.
But can I
she's
get in?
exuding. So if you really want to get in there, you can
I need
ask her.
I need to get by, please.
If you do go into the cell, you will be in the cell alone with Asmodeus.
But I need to get close to him. And the door's open.
The door is open.
If she'll let me by, I'm walking by.
She moves her hand in front of you, trying to prevent you.
I walk up next to Orkira and motion to enter the holding cell as well, without looking at the Lady of Pain.
I mean, I very much would like you to enter the cell. Believe me, I'm trying to get out myself. So if you want to come in and spend some alone time with me, that's fantastic.
I want you to spit up Freely's soul.
His soul doesn't exist. I devoured it. It's a part of me.
Is there any check I can make to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can make an insight check. Anyone can.
Orkira just flat out believes him.
Guidance on it for anyone who wants it.
How much does guidance give us?
D4.
Okay.
All right. So that's an 18.
I have a 30.
Okay. He's not lying about his soul being destroyed,
Mrs. Payne.
but he's
Is he
lying
telling the truth?
about. No, he's not. He devoured it. He fully believes he devoured freely.
Is it a coin?
What is the coin?
Is his soul a coin?
No.
I try to get past the Lady of Pain.
This almost like metallic, like spidery limb moves in your way. You can feel her fury as well. And you can feel Asmodeus pushing out with the weave magic up against her, pushing up against with the weave at the same time. There's some type of fight happening quietly between them.
Please, let me past. Please.
Penelope's trunk as a mammoth is just gonna like rest on Orkira's shoulder, trying to kind of pull her back to help her kind of realize what's really going on here.
Orkira, thou wilt be lost just as freely has been.
I'm
The
not
intent-
saying close the door on me. I'm going to make him spit up Freely's soul.
And how art thou going to go about that, Orkira?
Hey, Todd,
Yes.
if I transform now, can I slip by her?
No. You feel it. You feel it.
So I'd need to get by her first.
In this tight of a space, you wouldn't be able to.
Even though once I transform, I can go
Yeah.
through 1 inch. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Orkira looks like you see through her wounds, fire is forming. And her eyes are lit up.
I sense our time is almost up here, and she's formidable, I will say. It's been, I didn't, she's never let me into Sigil. It's weird, but again, I am sorry for the death of your friend and his annihilation. These things happen, and but I do have something.
Do I see the ring on the ground?
The ring is on the ground. And then you hear this. Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to try to get past the Lady of Pain into the room.
Every time you try, you feel the barrier stop you. It's not just her hands. It's excruciating pain.
This pain is nothing.
And then you hear Asmodeus' voice exploding in your ears. And from outside of Storm Herald, you hear him speaking. Both in this room and outside of it. And you hear him say, "People of Sigil, and all the worlds beyond, I am Asmodeus. You may have heard of me. I feel your fear, and I share it. For a long time, I've been prevented from entering this city, and I'm genuinely surprised to be here under these particular circumstances. But I wish you to know that the traitor Bell, this archdevil of mine, sabotaged our defenses in Avernus, causing the demon hordes to spill out into the prime material plane, and for that I am sorry. He has been dealt with. I assure all of you. I, above anyone, believe in order. I believe in justice. I believe in peace. And not just for Avernus or the Nine Hells, but for all souls in this multiverse. This threat that we are currently facing together is oblivion, and that's real. I don't like chaos. It's come time for all of us to work together for a single purpose and fight against annihilation finally. For ourselves and for those, he looks at all of you, that we have lost.
Art thou going to let him continue to just patter about there, Mrs. Payne?
You keep feeling the pressure, and she's getting closer to Asmodeus. And you feel the prison start to crunch as she gets closer and closer to him.
Is she inside the room?
She's not inside the room. She's destroying and crushing the room back. She's
What's
not
happening
making
to the prison itself?
folding like a can.
DM,
Yes.
if I were to say stop time right now, would the Lady of Pain's energy still prevent me from getting inside of the holding cell?
It would.
Okay.
Yeah. You would just be stopping. You wouldn't be stopping the energy. It's not like a flickering type of magic.
Okay.
Almost done. We've lost gods. We've lost angels, but more importantly, we've lost mortal lives, and you must feel like your gods have abandoned you, and I understand that feeling. I want you to know, and I am speaking to everyone everywhere at this moment, you are not alone, and I will not abandon you. At this very moment, even though I am under threat, even now, devils have arrived on every world and every city to combat the demonic hordes, to push back this chaos, to shield mortal lives from their evil, and together we will win. I know you've been told not to trust me, and I understand. And even after today, there will be those who are going to spread lies about me and about devils, and they'll create elaborate fabrications. So this is my pact with all of you, everyone in the multiverse. We will stop the demon threat, and we will then gladly leave unless asked otherwise. We will stop the demon threat for you and leave. We ask for nothing in return other than you think of us kindly. We are your liberators, and together we will endure, even if I don't.
Canst thou please close the door now, Mrs. Payne? Because
Please
Freely
let
is
me-
obviously not in there.
Please let me at him.
And the cell
Orkira, thou wilt die.
No.
collapses, and you feel just a rush of white hot pain as her rage explodes. And you think you see for a moment a little bit of fear in Asmodeus's eyes, and white light surrounds each and every one of you, and it's like gravity has shifted, and you feel your blood pressure go up into your heads, and your veins just pulse. And all of you are teleported away. Banished.
Can I resist?
Nope. There is no resistance for this. All of you appear in the dark room. Asmodeus is not in the room.
Penelope, can you get us back?
Can we tell anything about where we are?
It's almost like you are in a large obsidian room, and as Alyndra looks around, you see several skeletons of demons, of planetars, of perhaps gods, and other creatures that have been banished to this location. And you see a hallway going off into the distance and turning and twisting, and you've heard about the mazes.
I
That
take out
theoretically the Lady of Pain will banish people to.
Will a gate get us out of here?
That's what I was about to ask. Yeah.
No.
And plane shift won't.
No, you have to solve the maze to escape. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I erupt into fire and transform. I fly up. I transform.
There is a ceiling.
I get far enough away. And then I erupt into flames and grow. And Orkira transforms into a phoenix and starts to destroy this entire maze. Because she's a siege creature now.
With us in it.
Okay. You push through into a wall, and you feel them resist, because the very walls of this maze can resist, but parts of them are breaking to pieces, and you see Orkira erupt into flame and become this gargantuan flaming phoenix just battering against the walls and shaking the entire foundations of the maze.
And in Primordial, you probably hear me screaming in anger the whole time. And I'm just devouring this entire place. I want every wall down. I want out of this place. I want out of this place now. I want to reach down Asmodeus' throat and rip freely out of his stomach. And I batter every wall that's in my way.
What's everyone else doing?
Staying out of her way.
Briv's yelling into the sky, hoping that the Lady of Pain hears, and just simply says, "This does not really feel like balance. Very disappointed."
Widdle is just like staying maybe 20 feet behind Orkira, like, that's one way to solve a problem. Just destroy it. And she starts hurling firebolt at the maze as well.
Is a telepathic link up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Penelope will say in the telepathic link,
it was her way of protecting us as well as punishing us for what we did. I think we deserve this.
Penelope, I have never disagreed with thee more.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Asmodeus is everyone's problem, right? Like, it can't just be up
also
to us.
just let Asmodeus out, which is not at all what we ask for. So if I ever do anything in this eternal life that I'm going to lead as a deity, it will be to find a way to make the Lady of Pain pay. Because she is completely useless, and I cannot abide useless people.
Orkira, you smash up against walls, and nearly as quickly the walls raise up in this magical maze, this prison that was designed by someone who is wrapped up in it, but you maybe up to you find some catharsis in it destroying. And as you move, you see more and more bodies, more and more skeletons, more items left behind by all of these people. Alyndra, can you make an Arcana check?
Mm-hmm. 33.
Yeah, you've heard stories about the maze before. And
I can
about,
create a maze myself.
Right. So
I'm familiar with the...
You've heard stories that no one has ever escaped, and even then she found ways of trapping someone in a maze. That gods have tried to get into Sigil, demons, devils, and she has those that try to start trouble were sent into the mazes. Gods are not allowed, and archdevils are not allowed into Sigil ever. And you are now looking at the remnants of all of them. Even dead gods.
Do I recognize any of the dead gods?
You do. Some that you from long ago, without specific names, that long were thought to have died in some epic battles, had in fact been banished by the Lady of Pain. You see ancient artifacts of extreme danger that mortals could not possibly wield. And you do see factions of those that have caused trouble in Sigil in the past as well. Dead bodies, all of them. You see dead aberrations, tentacles and eyes, burned and also frozen in the maze. You see demon skeletons everywhere. You see a few archdevils, pit fiends, and gods. All dead. As you hear Orkira, your friend, battering around in the maze, destroying walls out of sadness and pain.
Is there anything valuable in the maze that I might be able to pick up?
There are several magical items. You do happen upon an orb of dragon kind. There are most what you see should not be touched, and potentially any magical item in this area is sentient, and orbs of dragon kind are also sentient. So you find a lot of dangerous items that are not meant to be touched. For those, you have the option now in this moment. You are not in combat. If you want to rest, you can. If you want to try to get out of the maze by passing through it, you can also try to do that and push on.
Let's face it, there's only one way out of here, and it's to do the maze. And the sooner we do it, the sooner we can get back to Freely.
As she is completely not registered that Freely's gone.
Agreed. And then Widdle casts Mislead and then runs right through every wall of the maze to see if there is an easy way out of here.
Mislead can't go through walls. Yep.
Can't?
Nope.
Oh.
It cannot go through physical objects, even though it's an illusion. Yeah.
Okay. Well, can I just use it to like run around the maze then? A little faster than I can?
You can.
I will
For
do
those
so.
that want to attempt to lead everyone out of the maze, I need intelligence checks. Intelligence saving throws.
Hmm.
And that will get you part of the way.
13.
13.
Dirty 20.
Briv?
Oh,
are you
and
pro-
with near Briv, we get the extra.
Oh, yeah,
D4
yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
Yep, that's true.
So
Yeah,
22.
no, Briv is just struck by the futility of it all at this point, and he's just he will do anything that he is asked to do, but he has no rudder at this point, and is just kind of slowly and aimlessly walking behind whoever's headed in one direction or another.
I also
Alyndra-
have True Sight if that makes a difference on any of this.
It is absolutely helping. You are seeing illusions that other people would not be seeing. You are passing through those walls, and you are able to lead people through the maze.
So,
Orkira, however, is in still a state of rage.
Orkira is entitled to be in a state of rage.
She's less in a state of rage and more in a state of utter grief.
Is anyone trying to talk to her? That's why I'm presenting.
no.
Okay.
She is entitled to experience what she's experiencing.
If Alyndra is, I'm assuming Alyndra is leading the group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Penelope, still as a mammoth, is going to walk extraordinarily close to her while letting her lead. But if anything seems to come out and attack, she's ready to jump in front and take any attack that happens. Just she's assuming that this is going to be booby trapped and all sorts of things.
I would like us to rest if possible. We need all of our strength.
Is everyone taking a rest? Who do you think is the closest to Freely?
Penelope.
Because of the hand that touched you, Penelope, from the Lady of Pain and also Freely, you feel an absence of a soul in this world.
Penelope chooses to ignore that.
Are we taking a long rest?
I continue to destroy. I will not go out of sight of my friends. I'm not that despondent. But nothing is going to stand as long as I am in this form.
Someone is going to have to remain awake to make sure that Orkira doesn't burn us all down in our sleep.
Briv, I don't sleep.
Okay, but I've seen they do this weird trance thing, and so
Yes,
somebody
I'm
has-
aware the entire time.
Okay, very well. So
I'll
if
pay
you-
attention.
if thou
If
dost
someone
think,
would like to join me on my watch, that's fine.
well,
I can join
go
you.
to sleep.
I'm feeling pretty spry, so I got plenty of fire bolts to help Orkira out.
And Orkira, you continue to break wall after wall after wall after wall after wall, just crushing against you as you feel the full power of being a phoenix. And everything is destroyed upon, in your wake. But the walls build up again, and you feel the maze kind of grow around your mind. But you still, the very foundations of this place are shaking with what Orkira is feeling. If you are taking a long rest, let me know. It sounds like we are.
Yeah, and I will refresh the spells that I have been keeping on myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mind blank and non-detection.
Perfect.
Do I know how long I can stay in this form?
If you want to rest, you have to revert.
But how long can I stay in this form?
Maybe another hour.
As in, like, I get an hour and then...
You become exhausted.
Oh, she's already exhausted. If everyone is stopping, she will continue to just the walls, the ceiling, the floor, anything, everything until the hour is up. And then like a candle being snuffed out, it just all fades into smoke, and then suddenly she's standing there shaking.
Okay. And you all get the benefits of a long rest. Alyndra, you can redo your portents. You can heal.
Yes, they're 5, 9, and 16.
Okay. Orkira, I sent you a message.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay. And you get a long rest, and you see around your surroundings, and you hear the sound of what sounds like a lightning storm in the distance above the maze. It does feel like you are underground somewhere at this moment. But you do feel this kind of loneliness in this maze, an oppressive force making you believe you can never leave. However, Alyndra's keen eyes have already, you sensed, moved you closer to the end of all of this. And you finish your long rest. Nothing attacks you. Nothing fights you. You do find corpses of different varieties of atrophy and rot. But most everything here is ancient dead.
Can we assess these leftover remains as, like, it looks like they just died of natural causes, or were they attacked, or did they just kind of die of old age?
Some of them died of old age. Some of them died from being attacked. It appears some attacked each other.
Mm.
But some of these things are where you find the corpse of a titan. You find the rotting corpse of a kraken. Wars were fought in this maze. And some things just laid down and gave up.
I'm going to cast Levitate on Alyndra since she is sort of leading our group, just in case there are any traps on the ground.
All right.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, and I do have True Sight up, so I would be able to, in theory, see them.
Okay.
As well.
Still a good safety precaution.
Absolutely. So I will glide along.
Okay. Give me anyone who wants to make another intelligence check. A saving throw. Go ahead.
19.
Is that +4 by being within 30 feet of me?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, 23.
Okay.
You did say a saving throw, right? Huh.
Yes, it is a saving throw.
Oh, and I think I have something that...
Orkira, what are you doing?
She's silent, and she is just following. And she's taken off her armor because she's still weak and tired. But you catch her every once in a while still crying, but she's just following along at this point.
And I'm going to use the Staff of Fate, so that puts me at a 21 again.
Okay. Widdle and Alyndra, you push forward. You see some of the, I imagine, Widdle, you're using weird instruments, checking the pressure gauges, the pressure in the air and such, right? Like that's kind of your flavor. While Alyndra is seeing through the illusions. She's seeing through the traps. She's seeing the secret doors. And you move another 2/3 through the maze. And Briv, you see a Jester Joe in the dirt. Not the Jester Joe, not the cursed Jester Joe.
I mean, Briv, walks over to it and examines a little bit closer. Is it in good condition or?
It's in rough condition, but it could be like repaired. It's got some foxing.
Okay, so he, kind of holds it in his hand, gives it a once over a little bit, and then tosses it over his shoulder, and just kind of walks some random direction to kind of, starts kicking the walls a little bit here or there. Just pretty aimless at this point because Briv has no clue what to do because this is all just really, really confusing to him.
All right. Unless anyone else wants to do anything else, I need one more intelligence check.
I'm just following carefully behind Alyndra.
Okay.
So that's a 20.
Got it.
24.
You move through more of the maze. A combination of your true sight, your many eyes, the help of your friends, and purpose, and the staff of fate. You are maneuvering it. It takes a long time. Hours and hours go by as you are deciphering runes, passing through illusions. And it feels like time has no end here. It feels familiar. You see a little halfling corpse and it's not Freely. And you approach a door. Just a black obsidian door.
May I use Arcane Eye to see what's on the other side?
You can. You see a long, dark corridor, only 5 feet by 5 feet wide and going an incredible distance. And then you see a little bit of light, a pinhole of light at the very end of it. On the left side of the hallway, you see almost looks like glass, like stained glass going endlessly up into the sky. And you see mist. On the right side, you see a flesh-like membrane going endlessly up into the sky as well. And you see fire, and you see claws trying to pierce this membrane, like someone sticking their hand through a balloon. You see all these demons, all of these damned on the right side of the wall, trying to push into the hallway. And then you see specters and skeletons and zombies on the left side. Hands occasionally tracing against the glass, not trying to push through, but walking by.
It's demons versus undead.
They are separated by 5 feet. They're not fighting.
Have I ever read anything about anything like this? Have any of us heard of
Give me an Arcana check. Yeah. Do you relay this to the rest of the group?
Yes.
You also know, Alyndra, that yes, Asmodeus absolutely devours souls. You've heard of that. He's done it. It's how he feeds.
He also lies.
That is also true.
32.
Judging by what you're observing with your Arcane Eye, and how long does that last?
It lasts, I think, up to. Let me just double check. Up to an hour.
Okay. On the left is the Shadowfell. On the right are the 9 hells. And in between, it appears to be safe, despite the efforts of the demons. The demons, with purpose, are trying to dig their way through the membrane and continue to do so, but they don't make it. And you see the damned on the other side of that fleshy membrane.
And what's beyond?
You can move your Arcane Eye, and you think you see an exit in the distance.
There's a passage. It's a border, a crossing between the Shadowfell and the 9 hells. It's narrow. They're pushing from both sides. I think we can get through.
The Shadowfell?
Yes.
And the 9 hells?
Yes.
And where does it lead? Where does
Out.
it go to? Out to where?
Doesn't matter.
It's the only exit I've seen.
Let's go then.
If we can get out, we can use the gate. Perhaps.
Okay.
You open the door?
Not yet.
Okay.
Orkira. I know. The only way we can make things right at the moment is to keep going.
I don't know if I can ever make things right, but I will follow you.
I'm right behind you,
Remember-
Alyndra.
He lies.
He does, but I don't think he actually lies. I think he just doesn't tell the whole truth. Either way, it's my fault.
It's not. We didn't choose this situation. We've all gotten things wrong. It's been our fault more than once. But doesn't everyone get it wrong sometimes? And all we can do is try and fix it, try and get things back on track, try and make it right, and try and not make it worse.
My job is supposed to be to protect all of you. And when I get it wrong, there's no fixing it. But I will keep following you.
If it's your fault, it's just as much mine.
Then we're in this together.
Always.
Open the door.
I cast knock.
What does your knock sound like?
This time, a threat.
A threat rings out throughout the labyrinth, and the door opens. And you see everything Alyndra imparted to you. You see all of the Shadowfell on display behind stained glass, undead, lost souls in the mist, and on the right side of the hallway, you see all of the 9 hells stacked on top of each other impossibly, and this thin barrier separating these two places where souls go. Do you move forward?
Don't touch anything.
I swear.
Yes.
You move forward. Sometimes you see someone you maybe remember. Maybe on the side that's hell. Maybe on the side that's the Shadowfell. They reach out. But they're both trapped. The ones in the Shadowfell eventually forget your face and walk away. You all see someone maybe that you lost. And maybe it's an illusion or maybe it's not. But you know these two places are very real and you are sandwiched in between them. And you get closer to the exit. And you see dirt and rocks as just piles and piles of these obsidian flaked off rocks lead up to what looks like the opening in a cave as you move past both these membranes between the planes of existence.
Do we get through?
You get through.
I turn to everyone and I say, remember, we have walked through death. Remember that should fear overtake you again. We walked through unscathed. Together. Now we get our vengeance. And I turn and look ahead.
You exit the cave. You feel something that feels like light. And you see an endless hills, an endless graveyard of bones, of dead gods, of dead demons and devils.
Is this the place we've been?
This is the place where gods go to die. Penelope, right at your foot, you see a tiny little rock shine. You see a fire opal laying on the ground.
Penelope loves fire opal. She's gonna look at Alyndra. If she's in line of sight, that she looks at Alyndra and Alyndra can look back. If she's looking at Alyndra's back, then she's not going to say anything. So basically, she's looking at Alyndra for permission to touch something. But if Alyndra is too far focused, she's not going to say anything and probably pick it up.
You don't see a trap, Alyndra. But you see this place's true nature. This is where gods go to die at the end of time. This is where she buries those that mess with her.
I pick up the fire opal.
It's the same one you gave to Freely.
Ah, shit.
Is he here?
You don't sense him.
Is any of his equipment, is his hand here?
You see a glint of something. Maybe a blade. Maybe it looks familiar. Sticking out of the rubble.
Walk over and clear the debris.
Does anyone else?
Orkira's standing there. I'm assuming if we're here, she doesn't feel the phoenix anymore. Because the last time she got cut off.
You clear away and you see a golden hand with a protruding black blade infected with the blood of Asmodeus. And you can see marks on this arm that weren't there before. It had been battered. It had been scratched. It had been crushed and reassembled over and over again. You feel pain off this hand, off this blade. You can see by the scorch marks what he must have gone through.
Is that blood from who I think it is?
We only see the blood of Asmodeus, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Take it.
Like, eat it, or like, what dost thou mean by take it?
We need to find him, don't we?
Oh, sure. We can find him, and then he'll teleport away or get out of impenetrable prisons or whatever it is. But we can
Or we
find
make
him
a
again, I'm
deal.
sure.
I'm not making a deal. I'm using his blood to find him. And if he teleports away, I will find him again.
And
How
what
could I
art
keep
thou going
finding
to
him?
do? This is very reckless, Orkira. I mean, I'm the foolhardy one, and I'm just simply saying that some things can't be beat. And this seems like one of them. And so thou throwing thyself at it over and over is starting to sound like a really Briv move, and most of the time people don't mean that in a flattering way. Thou dost think that I don't know that, but I know that's how it is meant.
I'm done trying to figure things out.
Orkira, this is not what Freely would have wanted for you. You can't live like this.
I don't intend to. I intend to get revenge or convince him to give up Freely's soul before I get revenge.
If his soul was absorbed, could it not be part of the blood now?
It'd only be part of it.
All we need is part to make the whole. I take out a small jar and begin to very delicately, carefully scrape the blood off of the blade.
As you touch the blade, you feel a tremor in the ground. And the rocks shimmer like a wave around the gauntlet. And you feel cold. The temperature drops by like 40 degrees, and you see breath coming out of each of your mouths. And the more you breathe, for those that do, mist comes out. Every time you try to say a word, mist pours out of your mouth onto the ground. And it starts pooling around the gauntlet.
When Alyndra talks about being able to pull Freely's soul from the blood or the gauntlet, what do I know about that? Can I help with that? Is
You
that
give me a religion check.
16?
I mean, that's beyond. When a soul is absorbed, and we are off the map here, it's like a decimation. It's almost like the worst type of undeath. To shred a soul to pieces. But the more you breathe, the more mist pools at all of your feet, all around the gauntlet. And you continue to feel a tremor.
Is this the sort of mist we saw in Ravenloft?
It looks very much like the mist from Ravenloft.
Is there... Yeah, I don't know.
Do I feel the phoenix here, or is that connection gone again because we're here?
It's gone again because you're here and you feel vulnerable now that you're out of that maze. You maybe didn't sense it before, but you feel weaker.
Mm-hmm.
You're not weaker in a mechanical way. But you
Well, I still
feel
am. I still
like
have a
who
lot
you
of issues.
yeah. As one does when one casts Wish.
I still also have a -1 from resurrecting Rend. I cast Produce Flame. Do I feel any heat?
Yeah, you feel heat.
I hurl the Produce Flame at some of the mist. Does it dissipate?
No, it seems to be gathering more and more and more.
I'm going to look over at everybody. We've already been sent to one prison. If we're going to do any of the things we want to do, I don't want to go back to another.
Take out the cubic gate.
Who's holding the hand right now?
I think I am.
A searing realization comes off of it. Like you can feel the last moments of Freely in his life explode into your mind, and it explodes through your telepathic connection to all of your friends. And at this moment, you see Freely in that cell.
Yeah, I can keep doing this, okay? Because I'm on to you, Asmodeus. You're scared. You can destroy me as many times as you want. But either my friends are going to find a way to get me out of here, or I'm going to Mount Celestia. So I don't care. Let's go. And attack him again.
You reach up to attack Asmodeus, this moment in the past. And Asmodeus's form changes and twists into Penelope Half-Pint.
Hello, Freely.
Wait. You're not supposed to be in here. No, we're supposed to close the door.
Freely, how did I get here? Freely.
Wait, no. It goes to the door and bangs on it. No, open. You guys, get Penelope out of here. I got him. I can handle Asmodeus. Get her out of here.
Freely, I
What?
think... Please. You have to give up your soul.
Penelope wouldn't ask me to do this. Are you never remember? Is this a trick, Asmodeus? Penelope wouldn't really ask me to do that. She
Really, I don't want you to suffer anymore. It's breaking my heart.
Penelope, if I don't hold him here, if I don't figure out a way to stop him, he'll get to you. He'll get to everyone, but he'll get to you. I can't let anything hurt you. This is so sad. I don't know how long we have until he gets back. I never told you. I always say like, oh, I came across time and space for you. Ha ha ha. No, but I came across time and space for you. And now if I just have to spend eternity again beating up on this guy to get back to you eventually, that's fine. So you go. I'ma just continue laying a beating on the worst thing ever, and then maybe afterwards, like, I don't know, maybe we could hopefully maybe we could retire. I was just thinking maybe we get like a little place somewhere, because we'll still be young. We'll still be young. We can have all kinds of fun. I just have to beat him and keep you safe.
There's no beating him freely.
I mean, are you saying you don't think I can do it? You don't believe in me? I can take him. I know I can. I mean, I realize I'm not as strong as Briv, and I'm not as smart as Alyndra, and I'm not as powerful as Orkira, and I'm not as good as you, but I'm good enough to do this. I can beat him. I can.
Really? You have to give up your soul now. Do it for me?
And freely reaches in his pocket and he pulls out the fire opal. He's like, let me ask you one question, Penelope. And maybe I'll listen to you. When we met, when you were leaving, what'd you say to me?
Why, that I would always be your friend.
I don't know how you know that that's what she said, but if you're smart, you probably just heard Penelope say she's always asking people to be her friend. That's a trick question. No, I walk over and grab Penelope by the shoulders and start trying to head towards the door to get her out of here. Like, oh, come on, no,
Yeah. Yes, Freely. Can you get us out of here?
I need you to know something. Whatever you are, there is no place in all of the planes, in all of the realities, that I will not come for you if you have hurt her.
What if you don't give up your soul? Then I may have no choice.
Yeah, scared. And I pull the sun blade out and summon my shadow blade, so I have one in each hand. I'm like, you're not Penelope. She would never ask that of me. I would die for her, but she never asked me to.
Freely, please, I love you.
And he drops the shadow blade. Like,
That's right. It's what you wanted, Freely, right? I love you. You've wanted to hear that for a long time.
you know, I don't even need that ring. I did only have one more wish. And that was it. I just needed to hear it. But unfortunately for you, that also means now I'm really not afraid to die. And he goes at her.
And you die again. And you forget. And she does this to you again. And again. And 100 years pass in the cell as seconds pass outside of it. Tearing you to pieces, putting you back together again, tearing you to pieces.
I don't know how Briv does this, man. He's always stretching and reforming. This is terrible. But you know what? But it's working. Asmodeus, or Penelope, or whatever you are, you're never getting out of this room. And the last thing you will remember is one little halfling carving you into pieces, an inch at a time, and doesn't give up.
I'm going to eat your soul now. Goodbye, Freely.
Wait. Hang on. That is not a thing. Because we wouldn't have just spent all this time dancing this dance if I could just be an hors d'oeuvre unless you give up. You can't beat me. You know we got you. You give up. You guys, he gives up. Yeah, I don't even think you can.
Freely. I want your soul.
And he looks in the direction of the door, realizing this time is different, as he feels something is happening. In his life with his friends sort of flashes back before his eyes, and he says, you guys, this might be different this time. I love Penelope. I love...
And that's what you see. That vision hits all of you. All at once, while you're holding his hand.
Oh, so Briv saw that?
Yes.
Okay.
I knock the hand out of Alyndra's grasp. Just, ah! That should have been me in there. But I couldn't even hold on to doing wishes right. I had to give him the worst thing ever and then send him into that room to do that. And so, and she looks over at Briv. Yes, I will hunt Asmodeus down and tear out his insides and make sure he can never do that to anyone ever again.
Briv very slowly and very deliberately starts walking towards Orkira and doesn't say anything, and eventually tries to wrap her in a hug and doesn't let go unless she is really fighting it.
She doesn't fight it, but she stands rigid and shaking and then eventually collapses into your arms. It should have been me.
It could have been any of us, Orkira. This is what we have signed up for.
But if I hadn't failed.
Thou didst not fail any more than any of the rest of us.
It should have been me.
And Briv just keeps it locked.
You see your tears fall into the mist. And the temperature falls even more as the mist comes out of your mouths as you talk about freely. And then a hand digs its way out. A skeletal hand pushes through the dirt, crawling, pushing rock out of its way. And this tiny halfling skeleton pushes its skull through the dirt and shoves its broken limb into Freely's glove, and the mists swirl up from the very bottom of the ground that had come out of your breath and crawl around the bones of a halfling, filling him, swirling. You see nerve endings, you see blood pulsing, you see muscle grow. And then you see your friend.
I have true sight. Is it him?
Regardless of that answer, Briv steadfast. His sword is in its throat as soon as it forms.
It's Freely.
Wait, Briv, Freely, is that you? Can you talk? How are you feeling?
He looks like he's about to say something to Widdle, and then he looks at Penelope and actually jumps backwards and pulls that black sword up.
It's okay.
Penelope instantly just clutches onto the fire opal and tears running down her face. Just, I'm so sorry I hurt you.
It wasn't you, Penelope. Really, it wasn't Penelope.
It
You
might
know
as
that.
well have been.
It wasn't you.
I beat you. You gave up. You gave up. And this is another one of your tricks back here. This place where our Avon and Sophia's next. This again. I don't care how many times.
Orkira, cast his own truth right now.
She does so. She hasn't looked at what has appeared, but she hears the voice, then casts it.
Actually, how do we know now that this is in place, Freely? I know that thou hast seen this before. How do we know that thou art not some trick as well? Thou dost need to tell me something that only thou and I would know. Like, what is it that I do for approximately 15 minutes every evening before I fall asleep?
Everyone knows that. What they don't know is when we were in Wildmount, that you and I would bunk together because it reminded you of what it was like when you were home with your kids. You thought I didn't know, but I did. I was still awake because I liked it too, because I didn't remember what it was like to be with my family back home either.
Obviously, this zone of truth is not working or something, but I think that it is probably Freely still.
You guys, Asmodeus is winning because we can't trust each other. Don't you see?
You guys see the shadow blade appears in his hand again, and he's like, Asmodeus is the god of lies. This doesn't mean anything. I don't care. You don't know how many times he made me watch every single one of you die, the things he made Penelope say, the things he made me do. And I don't care. I told you, you will not get out of this cage. I don't care what you show me.
I tried to warn you.
Here.
I tried to warn you what it was like. This is why. And I'm sorry, you have to know.
And I'm sorry for what I had to tell you.
Dungeon Master, do I remember his name?
You do.
Orkira, if it is you, say it to me again. Only you know it.
I can't when I gave it to you. It's gone. There's just a hole. I'm sorry.
We truly are at an impasse. I mean, I could kill thee, and then we could use resurrection magic, and then we would be certain, perhaps.
No. No one is killing Freely again, okay?
Oh, I'm sure it will be temporary if I did it.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it, okay? I wouldn't be able to handle it one more time.
Just a little death.
When I cast...
I will say, in Halfling, to Penelope, and turn and look at her, and I say, If it really is you, there's only one thing we never said to each other. What was it?
I love you.
And he drops both swords and just slowly walks towards her. He's like, Penelope, I beat him. And just kind of falls into her arms.
You did it. You did it. You did good.
Wait, I thought he would kill me again. This is really you. You really said it. Wait, do you really mean it? Wait, are you just saying what I want to hear because I died repeatedly over the centuries?
Penelope just grabs his hand and slowly places the fire opal in it and closes his hand.
You guys don't look like we won.
You don't look like we won either.
I am so confused. Wait a minute. Are thou two like in love, or is that like I say I love all of thee, or like because
That's
honestly,
the business, Bruce.
that's the most important thing going on right now. Define thine relationship right this moment.
Wow, really? Briv, I didn't know you spoke halfling.
Oh, I forgot it was in halfling.
I'm fairly sure Alyndra speaks halfling, but still, I will say he does look at Penelope in common. Look at her and say in common. Maybe after we save all life everywhere in all the heavens and defeat an oncoming sea of like unstoppable demons, maybe you and I could just like go away for a little while, because apparently there's a lot of things I never told you that were incredibly obvious to the Lord of the Abyss.
I'd like that.
And he leans in and he gives her the slowest, most awkward, and tiniest little kiss.
Well, now at least we know for sure it's Freely.
This has been just happening under our very noses.
Or this has been the longest con ever, and Asmodeus is worse than I thought. Wait, you guys, you guys. I held him in that room. I did it. You guys closed the door, and I kept him there like I was supposed to. What happened?
This bitch let him out.
The Lady of Pain kind of ruined our plans a little bit.
Yeah,
a lot.
I pull my shirt aside and I see if I still have her mark on me.
You do.
Does Penelope?
Yeah,
She
Penelope
does.
checks.
Okay, I'm not the theologian of the team here, but she didn't kill all of you, so apparently she's not as mad as you think. Remember, this is the person that strikes mortals down for looking at her. That's enough of an offense. So if you guys aren't dead...
We didn't look at her, but she let Asmodeus out, apparently.
She let him talk to all of creation and monologue at everybody, and then mazed us.
Wait, I know where he's going. I know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. You guys, wait,
Where's he going?
you couldn't hear when I was you didn't know what he was saying to me. You didn't see. Okay, first of all, it was awful. And I was in there for quite some time, but based on the fact that you all still look the same, maybe I wasn't. But he told me what he was trying to do. They're attacking Mount Celestia because if they can topple the heavens and establish the devil's law in heaven, it will fan out to everywhere else. That's his plan. That's what he's doing.
Okay, then we have to go to Mount Celestia.
He's doing more than that. He's trying to convince all of creation to back him on his play.
I mean, well, where's Stormhill? First of all, Briv, you would be so proud. I got him. Boom. And he bleeds, Briv. That means if he bleeds, to give both of us, we can get him. Because I almost had him. Every time, I almost had him.
I look back over at the gauntleted hand. Is it on freely?
It's on freely.
Does his blade still have Asmodeus's blood?
It does.
We're going to find him with that.
I would like to spend a moment with my sword because I never really had it. I stabbed him and saw it happen and then was kind of otherwise occupied for about 300 years. So now that I can think about this, what is up with the Sunblade?
The blood of Asmodeus absorbed and snuffed out the light. It is now a singular blade. And you've found this blade before, and it's made you angry before. And you feel it try to stick its tendrils into your arm, but your arm isn't flesh anymore. And you feel its rage.
Can I drop it? Am I capable of dropping it?
You are capable of dropping it. You can detach it from your arm.
I remember roughly where Freely found this sword originally as I was wandering around the graveyard of the gods. Am I anywhere near that spot?
You happen to be.
I put it back down and I look at it for a second. And I say, you guys, I find this sword right here. Find. So if I put it here, are we further back in the past now? Remember, I found this sword and it attacked my arm, and then Avon gave me the bag and it bit my arm off like that. I find this sword right here. So when are we? Do we have a shot at this?
And so for the first time, Orkira can't help but snicker just a bit. And she says, maybe this isn't Freely. He's asking me about time travel.
Wait, no. You know, I feel like we could both use a laugh right now, Orkira. Wait, why are your eyes all like teary-eyed? Wait, hey, come here. And he comes in and hugs Orkira for a second.
And she's stiff for a very long time because this feels wrong, and this feels like unearned, and this feels like she isn't worthy of this happiness. And then she grabs him.
Orkira, and I said without letting her go, I got to die fighting the Lord of Hell to defend heaven and all the planes. There's nothing I would have rather done. Don't get me wrong, I'd have rather just done it the once, not what I did. But believe me, I knew what I was asking for when I said to shut the door.
I believe you. It doesn't mean I have to like it, though.
But we can like it when we win. No, I mean it, you guys. Like, look at this. We're like in a loop or something. Like, we come back here, and this is here. So maybe we're further back now. Maybe there's still time for us to put things right.
Is there anything to indicate when we are beyond that?
Is the Sophia's tree here?
It is here. With your true sight, Alyndra, you see time moves differently here. Almost like time really doesn't move. Not that you're in the past or you're the future, that this is a constant. This moment.
Really? Before you drop that sword. And Orkira reaches into her bag and pulls out her fuzzy hat and holds it inside out. We're leaving the sword, but we're taking the blood.
Well, I hold it up to, I'm like, careful, it's bad. And I mean that in every possible way.
I have that jar where I started to scrape it off.
Oh.
Do you want to finish putting it into here?
That's probably a better idea.
While they're doing
It's
this,
such a lovely hat.
while they're doing this, I look
It's
at
actually
Widdle.
covered in itching powder right now. I haven't really got it off. I haven't. Every time I put it on, I'm reminded of the Herald, and now I feel bad. But your idea is probably better. Sorry.
While you guys are doing this, I look at Widdle and I'm like, you know, the strangest thing happened. Like last time we were here, like Averin and Sophias were here, but Sophias is a tree. I think Sophias is... Widdle, are you okay?
What do you mean?
I just sort of
Yeah,
elbow.
I mean, I feel okay.
I just sort of elbow Briv and I'm like, Widdle?
Yes.
I hit my divine sense.
I can do that too.
Widdle is undead.
More undead?
Completely.
I actually run up and just put my hands on her shoulders and I'm like, Widdle, what's happening? Are you okay? Like you're not, I sense, Orkira, she's...
Oh, I'm fine. I'm gonna hit freely with a message. No one else can hear this. Freely. I made a deal. A life for a life. Everything's gonna be fine.
You all see Freely's jaw drop, even if you don't hear anything in response. And I'm like, no, Widdle.
No,
Widdle,
it's fine.
no.
It's fine. It's a place I've been to before. I can deal with it. I just, if my options are between you suffering for as long as Asmodeus wants, or myself feeling sort of sad, forever trapped in the Shadowfell, I choose myself feeling sort of sad. You know, a life for a life.
Okay. And
But
he just
I don't have to go. I don't have to go anywhere just yet. So it's
He-
fine.
Now you see him just hug Widdle, but I say in your ear, when this is finished, we're gonna fix you too.
Orkira glances over where the mist was and sighs. Because as soon as you spoke out loud, I heard it. But she won't say anything.
Does Widdle see Orkira's reaction, DM?
Mhm.
Unless she's hiding it.
No.
Okay, Orkira, please don't be mad. I know your stance on the undead. I don't expect you to understand my decision, but so it wasn't just a life for a life. I've had over 400 years to enjoy my mortal life, and Widdle gestures at everyone. Now it's your turn. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere just yet. I still have to let my Wardred know where I'm going, and I want you all to know that I will find a way to come and see you all again.
I'm not mad. I completely understand. I'm sorry.
I've had a long life. I'm 423 years old. I've seen everything. I've made great friends. I've had great experiences. I've seen the evilest of beings and the nicest of beings right here with all of you. And I'm so grateful for that. And if there's anything I can do to make sure you're all happy and you get to live your mortal lives, I will do that. I've had my chance. I've been to the Shadowfell. It was a small sacrifice for the overall happiness of you all.
Widdle, I won't cheapen your sacrifice by seeming ungrateful. But we'll find a way to fix you, to get you back. Penelope, can you plane shift us to Mount Celestia?
I can try.
And Penelope will try.
Did you've dropped the sword and we've gotten the blood?
Yeah. I was like, you asked me to let you collect it, so and then I would try and put it back as close as I remember to how it was when I found it.
Alyndra will reach in her bag. I don't believe this was distributed before, and she'll hand you a Vorpal sword.
Oh, well, that looks nice.
This seems like it would fit you well.
Yeah, I mean, I got my old meteor swords laying around somewhere, but this will do, because that's the one thing I didn't try, cutting off his head.
I look forward to
I'm
seeing.
sure you'll get another chance.
I'm gonna make sure you do.
I do, as she's casting her plane shift, I do look at Briv and I say, I mean, I really laid into that guy, Briv. I mean, you'd have loved it. It would just go boom, 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 and there's light and there's chunks of him flying off. He was scared. I saw it in his eyes. He was scared.
I mean, I saw it in part of the flashback vision thing that happened that apparently all of us saw. And
What?
I mean, to be honest, yes, the bravery that has never been called into question with what thou dost do. Some of the form, a little overzealous, a little too eager in some places. If thou dost just kind of keep that in check, it will provide a better opening. So,
Wait, you guys saw that?
oh, we definitely saw we saw thou kill Penelope. I think a few times. I don't know. It was really long and drawn out, but
It wasn't Penelope.
I mean, no, I think it was Penelope.
No.
I mean, I saw Penelope.
Hi.
He realized she's plane shifting, so doesn't want to break her concentration, but just, oh,
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
I believe that she did tell thee that she loved thee.
No,
It was a bit awkward.
she just told me
She
that
who?
only
I know.
lied.
I saw it in the vision.
You know what, buddy? You just stay out of locked rooms with Asmodeus, and I just get ready to jump to Celestia.
And high up on the hill, in the distance, you see a figure with a dusty cloak and long horns. Oh, no, you're wrong, Freely. I love you too. And we're here together.
Do we all see
And
him?
you see Asmodeus up on a hill of bones
Here in the graveyard?
here in the graveyard.
Do we all see him?
You all see him.
I want to transform.
I would say Freely
And rush him.
immediately jumps away from his friends. He doesn't attack them, but now he's like, this was a trick. Like,
Yeah, Alyndra's heading. As soon as Orkira starts running, Alyndra's going right
Is
after
this
her.
real? Is this just another?
I need perception checks from anyone who wants them.
well, oh, guess who rolled 7s on both dice? So Freely is just, he's long since given up believing anything he sees.
I got a 35.
Dang.
I have a natural 20.
I got a 21.
Not 20.
No, I will just say this. While everybody is springing into action, you just see Freely looks at Penelope and is like, no. But she said, oh, shit, I believed it this time.
Alyndra, it is as if you were born for this moment, and you look at the devil, and you see a scratch above his eyebrow, and he's bleeding. And he shouldn't be bleeding. But he's bleeding here, where gods go to die.
This is the
Yeah.
place.
So you brought me to a graveyard. That seems unwise.
Is his
and
mouth open in that moment when he's talking? Because I let him, because the Lady of Pain forced me to listen to him monologue once now.
Yep, I'm not going full monologue. Give me a moment.
Okay. I'm just saying, I
Valid.
have a thing that I'm doing as soon as his mouth is open.
He's the god of monologuing.
And you feel a rumbling behind all of you. The ground shakes, and explosions of fire like meteorites kind of strike the ground all behind you, and skeletons start crawling out of the earth. Spirits float out of the ground behind you. Twisted zombies, demons, now long since dead, a planetar, scarred horribly, and you see thousands of them. A wall of undead behind you emerge, as far as the eye can see. And Asmodeus takes one step back.
You're scared, aren't you?
Yeah. He quit.
He's gonna do more than quit. He's gonna explode. And with a bonus action, I transform.
Meagan.
Time out. And
No,
I cast.
hold up.
What?
Check your messages.
Oh.
Do you need me to wait?
Many
I
things
do
happen at
need
once.
you wait. I appreciate your patience.
Several things happen at once.
Okay. The deal. DM, is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
All right. So as you see all of these undead crawling out of the ground, you see Widdle raise her hands and then turn into a sort of black shadowy mist and levitate above the ground and say, I want everyone who was killed by Asmodeus in the last couple of days to come back and seek revenge on him. Willingly, of course. And that's the deal.
And you feel that these undead are not angry at you. They are angry at Asmodeus. And they rush forward with you. As Orkira turns into the Phoenix, she bursts into flames. The shadow of Asmodeus elongates at the same moment and grows into an impossibly large serpent behind him. His avatar still in front of you as you are closing the distance. And you see the serpent writhing. You see all of Asmodeus in his glory. The horizon. And the undead are rushing. Every soul he killed, every demon, every devil, every human, every mortal, all rushing forward.
That's nothing to compare with what Orkira is about to do to him.
I'm going to, because that was my bonus action to transform, I get to him. I can move through spaces as narrow as 1 inch wide. I go down his throat.
Well,
I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. And I'm going to reach into his stomach. And I'm going to sit there in radiant glory and burn him from the inside out. And it sounds like he just got bigger, so that should be very easy to do.
And next week we will roll initiative. That's our adventure, everyone.
I'm like,
next episode's going to be a big one.
Let's go round 414, Asmodeus. Let's do it, baby.
Thank you to my wonderful players. Thank you for your patience, as lots of plans from lots of folks all came to coalesce into this chaos. Big thank you to Adam Bradford as Briv for accidentally sending us much sooner to a place. Making my job much easier. I don't know what to say other than you're all amazing actors and role players, and I am privileged to be amongst you, and thank you for all my scheming and everything else. You are my co-conspirators. I love you all.
B Dave, you're back, so you get to take us out.
No, please, no. I insist. You must. No. I'm verklempt. I've been tortured. No, please.
I think that is probably enough. So with that, we are going to end tonight. But please join us next week for Rolling Initiative Against the Devil again. See you later, Gators.
Wait. Hang on. Wait. No,
What?
there are a couple things.
What?
This weekend, we'll be streaming
Oh,
from
yes,
Game Hole Con
Con.
all day Friday,
I
all day
told
Saturday.
you to just do it. You're not. I love it.
All day Friday, all day Saturday, we'll be streaming from Game Hole Con. Adam's gonna be playing games. I'm gonna be playing games. We'll be running games. Also, Tuesday, Adam's first dev update for Demiplane, for those of you who missed that. So 9 o'clock. And then Monday, I really am verklempt right now. We'll be doing Demiplaner. I believe it is this next Monday that Brennan Lee Mulligan is going to be coming back with us, so keep your fingers crossed. Thank you to Tailspire. Thank you to Sirenscape. Thank you to Idle Champions. Thank you to Todd. I'm going to go have a very stiff drink and pack because I fly out at 5 in the morning. So, yes, thank you all, and we'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.